Hello, everybody. Welcome to Perpetual Backlog Podcast, your gaming podcast that when I say I'm going to play a video game, I play video games, I guess. I'm your host, Aqua, and joining me today is the same people that always join me every week. Dalit, who has problems with everything.
You could have just stopped at problems, honestly.
And Leek. Okay. Leek's also a little delusional right now because she's been halfly vaccinated.
Yes.
Hooray! Hip hip hooray!
On my way to being fully upgraded.
fully
One more month.
5G
One
installed.
more month.
Fully 5G installed. Today we're gonna go back to one of our normal routes where we talk about video game news. But this week, did any of you guys play any video games? I know Leek has a probably a long tangent of LunarCon.
Can you guess?
This week.
Can you guess?
LunarCon this
You go
week.
first.
Well, I mean, I also have a long thing, so like, I mean, I'm sure Dalit's the person
I
that
will
has
keep
the
this
least amount.
mercifully short.
Yeah.
I am knocking at the door of the end of Monstrum Knocks.
So, did you get to the part? Oh, wait, no, you didn't, because you haven't done the final boss yet, right?
Nope.
Obviously not.
Nope.
All right. But you know who the final boss is, right?
I have an idea.
I mean, it's not like a surprise final boss. So
Okay,
like,
well then, yeah, I've known who the final boss is for a while now, haven't I?
and you've gotten to the whole adult thing, right?
Yes. I
Okay,
just finished
cool,
up.
yeah.
Well, I didn't just finish up. That was one of the things that I did en route.
Yeah, that final, man, I can't wait for you to do the final boss, because that final boss is like some after you like actually like kind of like beat him or whatever, it's like some of the coolest shit ever.
I certainly hope so, because at the end of this game, it's been steadily losing me and not gaining me. So,
well, like I said, if you've obviously you haven't played any of the other East games, but there's a huge payoff at the like after you beat the boss, quote
fair
unquote.
enough.
For people that have played like a lot of the other ones. So that's good. I mean, you're almost done. So yeah,
Soon.
That's
Probably
fair.
like this Friday soon, I bet.
Yeah. All right. Since I can hopefully go pretty quick with this. I played 2 games this week. Or 3 games actually this week.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
Let me
I was
rephrase
gonna
that.
say 2.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. I played Genshin Impact. I am wholeheartedly hooked into this game now, apparently. I log in every day. I do my dailies. I'm trying to get through the Inazuma story. I have Ayaka. I'm farming this one Dominion so I can roll on different artifacts, hopefully for Ayaka. So yeah, I'm getting into the routine. So hopefully I can just get into that part where like, yeah, I can just play Genshin Impact every day. I did a stream of Tales of Symphonia because I am dumb and I cannot just sit down and fucking play that game. I am like 10 areas away from the ending, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually not a lot, considering Symphonia is pretty much point to point in gameplay. The longest thing is just going through the dungeons. Still hate that game. If I don't blast through Vesperia fast enough, I'm probably wiping Zestiria off my list of games to play. That way I can just go from Vesperia to Berseria. So hopefully I can just fucking power through Vesperia, which I should be able to. It's an infinitely better game. But I did get access to the Halo Infinite technical preview this past weekend, and I've played a good 4 to 6 hours of it. Yeah, that game's surprisingly pretty good. It wasn't a multiplayer I mean, it was multiplayer, but I wasn't going up against other people. It was play with other people against bots. so wasn't like difficult. But one of the things I was like super surprised about was the AI for the bots is actually pretty fucking good. Like the technology they put into these bots must have been pretty fucking good, because it was almost like playing up against real people. Like, I mean, like shitter real people, like silver tier level real people, but like they still acted like normal people. Outside of, they were pretty much always programmed to go to this one side right off the bat. So like if you went left right off the beginning, you just ran into them. You could always like set up like fucking throwing nades over there. One of the feedbacks I'll have to give them is that hopefully they can tune their bots to go different directions at the start of matches. But they were pretty good. They had some problems jumping up to the power up. They literally looked like they were just having a hard time getting up there. So I think they probably need to tweak that as well. Most of the guns felt good. I think the BR 4 shots, if you hit fairly precisely in the head, but if you miss like a bullet or two in the spread, you have to do 5 shots. But the BR is pretty good. The map that they used for this one is actually, it was a fairly well designed map, and I had a friend that I was playing with the entire time, which is my like hardcore Halo friend. Within like 30 minutes of us playing, we had like precise callouts for like each specific area of the map. So yeah, it's pretty good. The net coding was pretty all right. I did look into the battle pass. They gave you points to pretty much buy the battle pass and then everything on the shop. It didn't look too egregious.
Let's hold on. This is during a pretty closed section.
Yeah, it like I said, it didn't look too egregious, and they allowed you to swap your weekly objectives to get more points for your battle pass. I don't know if that's going to be like you're only able to swap once. You're only able to swap like each objective once in the full game, or if they just allow you to swap it like throughout the whole entire thing. So it was nice. It didn't feel too bad to go through the battle pass, but like again, it's technical alpha or technical preview, so there could be something later on down the line. But the gameplay felt pretty good. The pistol feels fucking amazing, actually. Like, it's not as powerful as Halo 1 pistol, but it's pretty fucking, it's tight. It does damage, and it's just really good. I found myself, because like, you know, some of the objectives for battle pass was like you needed to like get a certain amount of kills on like your pistol or whatever. I found myself grabbing the fucking plasma pistol or whatever and just going around noob comboing people, where it just like fucking full charging your plasma pistol, break your shield, pull out the regular pistol, and just blah, 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 blah. It's pretty nice, pretty fun. So yeah, I was never too worried about the multiplayer aspect of the game. I'm more worried about the storyline, or like single player. But I can confidently say, if they keep going on with the way they're doing with with what they showed in the technical preview, it's pretty good. I got about 3 to 4 hours of content, like 3 to 4 hours of just recording. So I'm gonna splice something up and make a small video of it. So yeah, that's nice. That's literally actually all I played this week. I didn't play 14. Actually, my 14 sub laps, I was actually about to like hop on and jump into a rave after party for LunarCon or whatever. But then I logged in and saw my sub elapse, and I was just like, you know what? I'll just watch Sly stream or Ren stream.
Yeah, that's just stream. Well, speaking of 14, that's exactly what I did for the whole weekend. Hey, yes. I have blabbed on about it way too much now, but never enough, honestly. I attended LunarCon over the weekend, and I was blown away by how well organized and how filled it was with stuff to do and places to visit, because even organized like different wards on different like housing estates, from Mist to the Goblet, etc. Like they had like themed places to go to. They had like 2 convention halls, a maid cafe, a hangout cafe that looked like the Aorzia cafe in Japan, which was pretty impressive. But yeah, they had like places to go have a dance rave and stuff, because there was a few DJs at the event. Sly was one of them, as Aquid mentioned. But yeah, there was lots of different things. There's places to go watch a theater, in-game theater production and stuff like that. Yeah, so first day I was just wandering around like a headless chicken, basically, just trying to take in all the sights and just exploring. I was just agog with how many people there were. I couldn't load them in. I couldn't load them all in. And there was people dressed as a favorite Final Fantasy characters. There was people dressed as their own like different characters from different games. There were like squads of people dressing in the like the squad gear, whatever. And yeah, my goodness. And there was like people with different mounts like dotted around too. Like there was a line of fat cats and stuff. That was fun. Yeah. So I was just like hanging around watching the main stream because there's on Shenpai's stream. They were broadcasting the main events and stuff. And like I was doing that for the first 2 days, really, just hanging around, especially the second day I was chilling. And then like the final closing speech, I ran into the maid cafe. I was just basically, whoever was in there was just dancing around, throwing parties and stuff like that while we were listening to the closing speeches and stuff. And honestly, my favorite part of the whole thing, like events and panels and activities and stuff aside, is it's the community. They like just coming together and hanging out to have a good time. That was pretty damn cool to see. Because, pandemic and stuff like that, and not in being able to hang out with your friends in real life like they did during the other fan fest, it was like multiple people had said, like as individuals in the game and also on the streams, like it was so good to be able to at least do this together. So there was lots of good vibes all around. There was even like, it's like this, I don't know, this whole like, it was almost contagious, like phrasing aside. It was just like this, like people, one person was sweeping, using the sweeping emote, then suddenly a whole cacophony of sweepers suddenly started doing it. Like a whole area was just people sweeping. It was just turned to SweepCon. I'm pretty sure that's a thing now.
SweepCon.
But yeah, it was SweepCon 2021. Anyway, yeah, the best news is they made a special announcement at the very end that the convention will return next year. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It was like such a good turnout, and people loved it that much. They're like, yes, we're gonna do it. We're planning it. That's great. That's very good. The Discord they made especially, they are gonna keep it up, but it's gonna be archived like in the 9th of this month, I think, just so they can get it all prepped and stuff and ready and clean it out for the next convention. But
That's a good call.
there's still time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But there's still time to grab stuff from like screenshots and stuff that people have posted up. And they should have all the VODs up if you haven't been able to catch them live. Shenpai, as I mentioned earlier, was streaming the live one, the main ones. And if you check the Discord and also the Twitter, actually, Lunacon Twitter account, they have all the links to the other panelists and the Twitch broadcasters from there, and also YouTube's, because there's lots of other like YouTube content too that came out of this convention. Yeah, so I would like to say well done, big clap to Crystal, Shenpai, and all the Lunacon staff, of whom all you can see on the website that's still up too. Was it lunacon.net? Yes. If you look on the about section, you can see the whole list of people that helped with the convention. So high fives all around. You fucking nailed it. All done.
Absolutely, well done.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Like I watched the opening ceremony, which was pretty surprising because like they went through a bunch of songs or whatever, and they had like a dance number for like all these songs. And man, the amount of production that goes into like figuring out all these dance macros and like swapping outfit macros is just ridiculous.
Yeah, no joke. There's proper choreographed stuff in there. Like, my goodness.
That's the one thing I like about. See, this is the big thing that you almost never see in other games, right? Or like or in other MMOs. I mean, sometimes you saw it in WoW where like people would congregate and like do a bunch of shit, but like it was mainly just for gaming stuff, all right? Or like doing raids or something like that. Man, the community in 14 will just get together just to do shit like this. All right, they will just be like, you know what? We'll make a convention. We'll throw a bunch of content creators together, and we'll do these months of planning and production, and get all these people that know how to do all this stuff and throw it together, and it'll be like amazing, and a bunch of people will come into it. And to be fair
to other communities, though, I think 14 comes at a time where it's not just possible, but it's fairly practical to do this. Just like genuinely, just because of Twitch. And
Well,
sure,
yeah.
other communities have had the opportunity, but like, I mean, what was WoW gonna do 15 years ago?
But it's not just that, all right? Like I'll the other thing I wanted to bring up is like, so Asmongold got the Heavensward yesterday, right? He had so many people do a lineup to the fucking gates to Ishgard, all right, that he couldn't get out of the fucking intersection. He couldn't get out of that place where where you're talking to Haurchefant right before you go to Ishgard, because he went to go click on it and it said this area is congested, all right? When he finally got out of there, his graphics card could not handle the amount of people that were on the screen. And they literally lined up. They did the same for Rich, but Rich didn't have as many people, all right? These people were pretty much lined up all the way from fucking Camp Dragonhead to the gates of Ishgard.
Yeah, for sure. But again, doesn't this come down to him having like this phenomenal Twitch community that he's built up around himself?
Yeah, but it's not. It's the Twitch. It's not a Twitch community, all right. Like everybody, like most of the people that were there are people that have been playing 14 for fucking years, all right. So like,
yeah, but they were there for him, clearly, right?
Yes, but that's like the main thing I'm talking about. It like he didn't have that shit in WoW. He didn't have people lining up to him doing a fucking like, you know, the fucking Chains of Domination raid.
Well, to draw the point back to I think what I'm trying to say is that, you know, online communities are coming together now, and it's great. This could be like, I mean, I don't know, I don't play WoW personally, I don't play other games personally, Guild Wars 2 and stuff like that. They do have big communities too, and I'm hoping this will encourage more of this online. They see this, the Final Fantasy 14 having such a great turnout for this online convention that was done just for fun. Yeah. Essentially, and hopefully that will continue with other games too. That'd be awesome to see. I'd love to see that on Twitter. Like, this is what we're doing in this MMO, and this is what we're doing in this game, and stuff like that. That'd be great.
No, yeah, I would like to see that in other games. It's just I just never see it in other games. I never see anything this big.
Yeah. I hope this will encourage it. That would be awesome. Like next year there might be a WoW one. Next year there might be a Guild Wars 2 one. That would be fun. And certainly this is the first time I've seen it on this scale, you know, in like especially in 14. So yeah.
I think the only other game you'd probably see this stuff in is like maybe GTA RP, Grand Theft Auto Online RP.
Yeah, they're on front page on Twitch like so many times.
All the time. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous how it's ridiculous how many.
It's just role playing.
Yeah, it's just role play. And that's the side of 14 that does all this stuff, all right? The side of 14 that does most of this stuff they're really heavily into role playing, and and they take their time, they learn how to do most of this stuff, like mechanically in game, just so they can put on these like great shows. It's great. I love it. I love seeing it. Yeah. I may not take part in it like half the time or whatever, but I love watching it. I'm just like. I play this game.
I am interested in how like communities are interacting and how they do it online via Twitch and YouTube and in-game itself, how it's changed over the pandemic. And I wonder if it's the pandemic simply being a catalyst or sped this progression up. Maybe this would have happened eventually, I don't know. But it's really interesting to see how people have changed the way they interact and socialize with each other in games and in the communities too.
Certainly.
Yeah.
This most likely would have happened eventually, but I would have said probably by like 2023 maybe. After like the next expansion, somebody would have done it. But I think with the pandemic, everybody's like, okay, well, since we don't have a fan fest, technically, we'll make our own fan fest. But like be online, and that's great. Like I said, I may not take part in like the online community side of like doing these events or whatever, but I love watching it. It's great. Was that all you did this week? Was just LunarCon?
It was Final Fantasy 14 and LunarCon. That's it. I even started considering PvP. What the hell? It me! I don't do PvP! And after watching Lunacon, I was like, hey, actually, that looks really fun. There was a really good shoutcast.
Was it Frosty?
And I was like, fuck. No, it wasn't Frosty. It was Calgan and Brian. But yeah, there was...
Calgan.
Yeah. No, they were really good freaking shoutcasters. And I was like, if they did this more often, like Frosty is very big into PvP too. If they'd like done this sort of level of PvP tournaments and stuff, it's really fun. So I was like, I'm loading it up.
The events that I took part in like fully on watching was I got in like maybe a quarter way through the opening ceremony through Shenpai's Twitch. I listened to the campfire lore thing with Anonymous and a couple of the Aetherite Radio people.
Oh yeah, I skipped through the VOD for that. This is first.
Oh yeah,
stream, right?
it was really good. Yeah, it was a stream.
Yeah.
I watched the VOD of because I mean I pretty much keep up with Mog Talk, but Frosty had like a live Mog Talk at LunarCon as well with Joe Cat and Denmo. Honestly, I need to go back into the archives and watch pretty much anything that Kogan's in, because I know he's just fucking funny as shit.
Yeah, watch the PvP stuff. His shoutcasting's very entertaining. Yeah. He got very excited.
Yeah. So, Little actually asked us a question this week.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
And I told him earlier today, I was like, we're recording tonight, and he was like, man, I don't know if I have a question, because like all the news is like just that Blizzard stuff. I was like, dude, ask a question that's just like interests you or whatever. He was like, okay, all right. So, as you can see in the chat, because I actually included it with the list, Little says, first off, happy belated birthday to Dalit.
Happy birthday, bitch!
Hey, thanks, Little. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Secondly, question this week: favorite genre of movies, and what's your favorite movie? His favorite movie genre is comedy, and the movie is the Austin Powers trilogy. So you guys got some...
That's a good question. I think I would go for like action movies. Favorite movies, The Mummy, unironically.
The Mummy.
I love that movie so much. I love all of the actors in it. I love that it's just like a brazen knockoff of Indiana Jones. I think it's grand. I do not like the follow-ups.
Somebody's a Brendan Fraser fan.
I genuinely I am.
Always be a fan of him. Yeah. He's a good guy.
He essentially grew up watching all of his movies. They weren't great, but you know what? I saw him a lot, so yeah, I guess I am a fan.
I just remember Java.
Yeah.
From George of the
Was that George in the Jungle? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the role that obviously Brendan Fraser, he's good for like The Mummy, Bamboozled, George the Jungle, all that stuff. But when I think of Brendan Fraser, I think of one role, and it's a role that makes my heart fucking hurt. All right.
Oh.
He plays Jordan Cox's brother on
yeah.
Scrubs,
oh my god.
On Scrubs, and he's got leukemia.
It hurts every time.
No.
Yeah, and
Dr. Cox, where do you think we are?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, no.
And there's an episode where it's after, like, it's pretty much so the context is, you think Brendan Fraser's character is like, fine and dandy or whatever, and he's like, and Dr. Cox is talking to him because he's pretty much Dr. Cox's best friend, right? And so you're pretty much going through like the mind of Dr. Cox. He's like he's kind of being delusional at this moment in time or whatever. And what Dalit just said here, Dr. Cox, where do you think we are? And it's like in the room after Brendan Fraser's character has died, or whatever, the bed's empty and all that stuff. And yeah, it's one of the most heart-wrenching scenes in Scrubs ever. And that's like immediately when I think Brendan Fraser, I think of that role, because that is a really good fucking role. He plays a really good character in that show.
That's emotional. How dare you make me feel emotions?
Well, don't worry. I felt emotional earlier today.
I can't answer this question. I'm one of those people. It depends what genre you're talking about, because I have a favorite film for different genres. Or the mood I'm.
Yeah, but what's
in
your
at the
favorite
time.
genre?
Oh, don't know. It depends what mood I'm in. Okay, I really like action, adventures and stuff like that. Maybe a bit of horror or thriller thrown in. Like, okay. One of my favorite movies I'll always fucking watch each time is either Aliens or
This
The
is exactly
Predator.
what I was expecting.
I fucking love those films, and I'll always watch those films.
They are excellent. I'm very happy to hear these were what you settled on.
That's what I will. Yeah, that type of stuff. I fucking love that shit. And also cheesy fucking 80s sci-fi. Recently I was watching Demolition Man. I was watching Total Recall. I fucking love those stupid movies. I love those stupid movies so much.
I have the same thing when it comes to 90s sci-fi. Because I'm heavily I'm a big Stargate fan. I've seen Stargate I've seen Stargate SG-1. I've seen Stargate SG-1 probably about 4 or 5 times over again, and that's a 10 series season. It's 10 season series.
Hey, what about the movie though? What about the movie?
All of the movies, because there's like
All
3 or 4.
movies.
There's 3 or 4 movies.
There's a few of them, yeah.
I've only watched the first one.
Yeah, the first one. The first one starts out the series.
Based on the series. All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, so
yes.
the other movies.
I've seen the first one before the TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other movies line up with the series, so like they'll have
That
like a
makes sense.
specific gap in the series or whatever, and it'll be like, oh, you have to watch this movie, like Star Trek Continuum, or Star Trek The Lost Ark or something like that. I forget what it's called. Especially Stargate. I actually really love Stargate Atlantis. It's just I really hated that they ended. They cut that off, and I was just like, why? And I understand it wasn't getting as many ratings as they wanted it to be, but like they just like fucking cut it, and I was just like, man, Stargate Atlantis was so good.
Jason Momoa in it.
I know
though.
Jason.
Why?
Jason
Wee little
I mean,
babby Jason Momoa. as
yeah,
well.
yeah, fucking skinny ass. Fucking. This is before he started drinking protein shakes.
No. He works out, eats a lot of protein, and drinks beer. I know his routine. I don't know how he lives on it.
God, fuck. Fuck, man, my movie, like, so my favorite movie genre is gonna get sappy as shit up in here, but it's definitely rom-com or like, or like romance or whatever. Because I hate myself, and usually rom-coms or romance movies like makes you like, oh man, why did I fucking watch this movie? Now I just hurt.
No.
After thinking about what you've made us watch,
You're not surprised.
this checks out.
I mean, it lines up with my anime. with my anime.
Yeah,
genres that
this
I really
tracks pretty well.
like. So favorite movie, that's a bit rough. Because my favorite movie is actually not in the genre. All right. Not in my rom-com genre. All right.
Oh.
My favorite movie is Inglourious Bastards.
Really?
I fucking love that
that's
movie.
a shift.
That's definitely not a rom-com.
Yeah, it's definitely not a rom-com. That movie is fucking great. I think a lot of people give Brad Pitt shit, all right? But I think Brad Pitt's fucking great. Yeah, I mean, people say that Brad Pitt's dumb. He only knows how to like herder act, like kind of like with the whole Keanu Reeves thing, where they think Keanu Reeves is pretty dumb. But I've seen a lot of shit with Brad Pitt, but like he's so good in Inglourious Bastards. He does the best like over exaggerated fucking like southern accent ever, and when he tries to like speak Italian or Italian, when he does, he's like arrivederci, buongiorno, grazie. This is so good. Also that movie's so quotable. And I'm not gonna quote anything because that movie's got some pretty bad lines in it.
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty quotable, but maybe don't.
But it's Quentin Tarantino, all right. Though it's one of those Quentin Tarantino movies that actually doesn't have Samuel L. Jackson in it, so it's so good though. Yeah, that's my favorite movie. But I'd say my favorite movie in that genre, maybe either Last Christmas or Crazy Rich Asians.
I have not seen that yet.
Crazy Rich Asians, it's hilarious. It's so good. But Last Christmas is one of those ones that will kill you too. After you watch it, you're just like, oh, fuck. What am I supposed to do with all these feels? But yeah, that's it for me. So for like news, we're gonna be doing news actually this week instead of doing a topic. We're gonna try to blast through a lot of these bullet points. Because there's actually quite a bit of stuff to like, you know, slightly talk about or whatever. Small Blizzard update. There was like literally after we recorded, they announced that the workers were doing a walkout. They did that walkout on Wednesday. It was a very huge walkout. Even like there was even an online walkout that was even bigger than the in-person one. People over at Intrepid, the people that are making Ashes of Creation, they actually bought out a large time slot in a restaurant near the walkout or whatever, and they said they plastered up on it, Blizzard employees eat here for free.
Oh, nice.
So
fantastic. You love to hear it.
So that was really great. Francis Townsend tweeted out a fucking article about the problem with whistleblowing, pretty much showing how much of a piece of shit she is. But everybody knew that.
Like, you, like, this is why I think of you like Margaret Thatcher. Like, this is so freaking tone deaf for one. And like, yes, we know what your work background is, and I know your stance on torture. Thanks, lady. It's like,
Bobby Kotick came out with a statement, pretty much saying, "Hey, yeah, all of our other statements were bad, but it was one of those statements that were, you know, it's just PR." And yeah, a lot of people didn't accept Bobby Kotick's response, and they said, like, you know, we have a bunch of demands, so if you're not gonna comply with these demands, and we're gonna, you know, continuously keep doing this, like, this walkout stuff. So, you know, hopefully a lot of this stuff gets resolved. It's not going to get resolved anytime soon, and so we'll be watching that lawsuit as it goes through. It'll be nice and interesting. Hopefully they'll start actually naming some of the assholes in the management, because right now it's at 10 John Does, so they won't start naming them until the actual like court case keeps going.
Yeah,
through.
they can't.
Yeah. So Stray, that one game that got announced like last year, where it's about you playing as a cat. Had
I love it. I already love it.
Had an official gameplay trailer and a release date announcement this week. I didn't actually watch the trailer because it's one of those games where I'm probably not going to pick it up. Let's be real here.
It is more or less exactly what you expect.
You running around as a cat.
Yeah, there are a couple of twists in it. Like, there are no people, there are humanoid robots.
Yeah.
And there are the antagonist featured in it is some kind of weird head crab looking thing. But honestly, you're just running around as a cat doing cat things, and it's fantabulous.
Sweet. When's the release date?
I do not remember. If you give me a moment, I will find out.
Sweet.
Is it one of those, like, you know, like, this is what the cat is imagining, a person, there are the human robot servant, and these cat toys that keep flinging at them. They're nasty. Is it like what is the aim of the game?
Stray.
It does look like it's a get from point A to point B game. Past that, there wasn't a whole lot in the trailer. The narration mentioned you had been separated from your family and you might be trying to find them again.
Okay.
But it's hard to say. especially because the first level was you with clearly a hurt back paw.
Yeah. Yeah, watching a little.
I do not see a release date, so it looks like there is still no release date yet, but it is due for some time.
Oh, it's a release
this
window.
Year. Yes.
Window.
Yeah.
Oh, early
That could be
2022. Early 2022.
Yeah,
So
that could be
sometime around March or April, probably.
Yeah. There's also like real life stories of cats turning up years later, and they somehow
exactly.
Yeah.
I love cats. I wish I had a cat. So
as someone with cats, they're all right.
Yeah, I mean, our Lord and Savior Naoki Yoshida announced this week that Final Fantasy 16 English and JP voices are pretty much done. They prioritized English voices because honestly they're pretty much catering more towards the West than probably with the than with Japan when it comes to their bigger titles now. All the voices, all of like the lip flaps and everything within like all the modelings or whatever, they're all going to be geared towards English. And that JP is just slightly behind the English voices, and there'll most likely be a release date reveal pretty soon.
Yeah, they shouldn't come as any
British
great
cast
surprise.
this time, right?
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this just is a continuation of the same thought process that has gone into post Heavensward 14.
Yeah.
As for the Westward aim, this is something that's been fairly common in bigger titles. I mean, even if you think about more niche titles like Devil May Cry and I guess Metal Gear, they're all Western focused and then work backwards to the Japanese dub.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a case of the bigger market.
Yeah, they did state they're I think they're using the same studio that they used for 14 as well.
I believe
the voice
so.
studio. Yeah, so it's all going to be like European voices. So that's great. That's good.
It's fine. I'll just move to London.
We'll see in the credits. Dalit Dusquite. Not Dalit Dusquite because I'm not gonna dox your real name.
Dalit Dusquite's real name.
Yeah, Dalit Dusquite's real name. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say probably we're gonna see hopefully a trailer at Tokyo Game Show, and hopefully it'll have like a release date announcement, which will hopefully be within 6 months of the announcement. So, because since
they've really pulled ass on this one.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's our Lord and Savior, man.
I mean, I guess realistically they probably haven't hauled ass, but they did something I've been complaining about for a long time, which is just don't announce it until you know it's going to be complete in a timely manner. Just be damned.
They've been realistically working on this since after Heavensward came out. Yeah, because they took a part of that team to throw it on this game. So it's great. Can't wait. I need another game to simp. All right. So, New World had their closed beta the past couple of weeks.
I'm sorry
Amazon,
to all of you.
Amazon MMO
went in for it.
To be fair, from what I've seen, the game looks pretty all right. There are some problems with it.
Everyone with a 3090.
Yeah. Some people's GPUs got bricked. And that is horrible. Amazon says that they didn't have any reportings or didn't have any a testing that shows that it was because of New World particularly. And I'm pretty sure there was an article saying that it wasn't technically New World that was doing it. It was just something wrong with the 3090s, and then with the specific game, it was just a problem. But they are replacing everybody's 3090s that did get bricked, which is great because that's like thousands of dollars that just to get fucked over because of one beta.
Yep.
So yeah, anybody that had a 3090 bricked or 3070, because I think it was doing 3070s as well. Hopefully you guys get your replacements.
I haven't seen too many people, at least that I follow, played it, and Arix has been playing and giving away keys. But
yeah, it looked okay because I watched I had a couple of friends that pre-ordered and got into the beta.
Yeah.
And then Asmund was playing it as well. It looked all right. It looked like a higher budget RuneScape is what it looked like. So
I see.
if you're not into RuneScape,
of people naked in a fountain.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean that's 14. That's 14.
No, actually, butt naked. It's like more like Conan.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'm not generally interested in New World. The only MMO-ish type game that I want to try out that's coming out sometime soon is Lost Ark. So hopefully that's good. And then maybe whenever Bandai Namco gets their shit together and fucking brings out Blue Protocol. That game's dead. I'm calling it. That game's dead. So I was pretty excited this week because the Tales of Arise ambassador Kiara, the VTuber, was able to show off some more stuff for Tales of Arise.
Can I start off by apologizing?
By apologizing? Okay.
She did such a good job.
Right, dude. I'm telling you, she I don't watch her that often, but I tune in for some of her for some of the Tales stuff or whatever. And Bandai Namco did a good job. They picked a good person to fucking do this shit.
They did. They very much did.
No. Like VTubers, they're actually entertainers. They're very good at what they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't get picked. Yeah.
So,
I mean, at least by mainstream, agencies and stuff. Anyway,
they showed off a bunch of stuff. One, okay, we already knew there was fishing in this game because of a trailer that showed Kisara fucking throwing out a like doing that fishing animation. But they actually showed it off, and let me tell you what, they fucked up because they put fishing in this video game, and that's pretty much what a lot of people are only going to be doing.
Fishing streams.
Fishing streams.
Fishing streams.
So that'll be great. I love that they put in fishing. So a lot of people were speculating when Scarlet Nexus came out and the whole tile cutscenes were going on. We're like, oh, this is probably gonna be the skits in Tales. Yeah, they're kind of right. Skits are now a lot different than what they normally were in Tales games. They normally were just 2D arts that had like a little, like slightly a bit like animations or whatever. It was just like, frame by frame animations. Now they are the tile by tile, like kind of like comic scenes or whatever. But the good thing about this is that it's all in engine. So whatever your character is wearing, like whatever costume your character is wearing, that displays in the skit. So it's all a bit, yeah,
fantastic.
So it's a bit more high budget, than normal skits, and I think it's something they probably decided to do because it's something they can do a lot more with the Unreal Engine. I don't have a problem with this, but there is a lot of like Tales fanboys and fangirls out there that are just up in arms that where's our 2D art? Pitchforks and torches. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, people. Like, come on. All right. This is the first Tales game since what, 2017? Be happy you're getting one. And it's on Unreal Engine. Like, fuck. Anyway, I like the like I said, you get the costumes that your characters are wearing in these tiles. Because like the tiles are slightly animated too, or whatever. So like, if your character's like the character will be moving their lips or like, moving their arms around or whatever. They're in their costumes, their costumes as well. So it gets like that's a huge buff because that didn't happen in previous Tales games. And at least it's better than Zestiria, which didn't really have any skits. So
yeah, so now when I have the Groucho Marx glasses and mustache on Kisara, it'll actually turn up.
Yeah.
Your immersion is intact. You can have no.
They showed off some character videos, like Rinwell. Rinwell has a character video. I think Shion got one a couple weeks ago. They all look really cool. Little stated the other day was like, You know, at least they made the I forget what the guy's name is, but the guy that does the pole or whatever, like that has the pole. He was in like a costume in one of the videos or whatever. And I was like, well, at least they can made him look interesting or whatever. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Law and Rinwell look bland as fuck compared to Kisara and that guy. And I was like, what the hell?
They saved their two best designs for last.
And he was like,
they let off with two very strong designs as well. It should be said. It's genuinely just Law and Rinwell that I think are kind of boring.
Yeah, they're like wearing like some fucking dark garbs that are just like bleh. And he was like, bro, I'm a monk. And I'm like, so I don't care, right? Dohalim looks so much more interesting than Law or Rinwell. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, to be fair, I've seen most of the character battlings. Like how each character can play, and they all look interesting as hell. Like there was not a point in the game where if I'm like made to play as Rinwell, where I'm like, man, I really don't want to play as Rinwell, because she looks like her battle content looks actually fucking great.
It looked really good. It looked really good. Story.
And I normally don't like normally like to play as casters or whatever, but it looks really good. I'm okay. Like Rinwell, I mean, Law, I already know I'm gonna like playing because like they've never done bad hand-to-hand combat in Tales games. Kisara is just cool as fuck. Dohalim is gonna be probably Leia from Exilia, so that's already a cool thing because I actually played a lot of Leia in Exilia. And Shion's fucking battle mechanics look really cool. And then obviously you have your generic Alfhem like play, which is, you know, I'm the sword guy. I can't wait. And again, they showed off the base outfits in that game. Like it's the ones that you'll get in the game, or like if you pre-ordered or whatever. They all looked really good actually. Which is not surprising because actually most Tales outfits look pretty good.
The only gripe I've had with this whole game thus far is that marketing strategy where they were putting out 6-second clips for a week.
Oh yeah.
If they could just never do that again, that'd be grand.
Dude, that's the Arc System Works strategy.
It really is. They love doing it too. Guys, there's a difference between a short demonstration and then whatever the hell that is. Come on now.
So yeah, I'm suffering my way through a Tales game I really hate because I'm doing like a little marathon for this game. I cannot wait for this game. That being said, there are way too many games coming out in September. Now that I've seen the list of it, there are so many fucking games. What is it? Kenya Bridge of Spirits got delayed till September like 18th or something.
Kenya, I believe. Kenya, it got delayed.
That got delayed, and I was like, so fucking mad because there's so many games in September, and I don't have money. And they said that demo will be coming shortly.
Fantastic.
Which is not a surprise because there's a demo for pretty much every Tales game, and I will be playing the shit out of this demo. So yeah, look forward to all that. Next is a bit of sad news, but I figured this would happen at some point in time. Horizon Forbidden West got delayed to first quarter 2022. This just, you know, chisels in more of Ratchet and Clank being game of the year this year. Now, if only Halo Infinite doesn't come out before the cutoff, then it's a shoo-in. Although, to be fair, Kenna could probably take it depending on how good it is.
It's hard to know, honestly.
Yeah, it is really hard to know. That's the only game I can see probably taking it out of the games that I know that are coming out, because most of the other, like Tales is like niche, a little too niche to really hit it, and then Rise could take it just you know, on the sheer fact of how many people play Rise.
It's hard to say right now. I feel like we're experiencing a slight shift in how games are received. I think there is a chance that if Tales of Arise or Tales of Arise, Arise is good enough, it makes a valid entry. So I wouldn't say that anything is a sure bet just yet. I know people are like big talks of Returnal and
I don't think
Ratchet.
Returnal will get it. There is too many problems with Returnal, I think. Too many mechanical problems.
Fair,
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That being said, I didn't put this on the list, but while Horizon Forbidden West is being pushed back to first quarter 2022, Genshin Impact is getting Aloy as a 5-star character.
This is true.
And that's not delayed, and you get it for free. You get that character for free if you have a PSN account, and it comes to PC like a couple weeks later.
That is fair enough.
But so in the most recent 2.0 patch, the Inazuma patch, they did make it to where you have cross save now between your PlayStation account and your PC account. So if you have a PSN account, you can literally you can get Aloy the week it comes out, and then log on to your PC account and then have Aloy on your PC. So everybody gets a free 5-star, so that's nice. Good going, MiHoYo. So Leek,
back to
do you go to arcades in Japan?
I used to before, before it was stupid to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been to this one too. So like there's like a 9-story gaming arcade that belonged to Sega in Ikebukuro. Sega Ikebukuro Gigo. That unfortunately is closed down. No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fucking huge place. Like it's a pandemonium of gaming machine noise when you walk in.
All these arcades are gonna shut down before I visit Japan, and I'm gonna be sad.
Well,
I'm sorry, it's happening. Like Akihabara too. That's going. A lot of them are shutting down as well. The one in freaking Yoyogi where I used to go was a smaller one. It was nice, but that shut down ages ago. That was really sad. Womp.
You're saying Dalit?
Yeah.
Hopefully Japan isn't just like full on moving away from arcade culture. Hopefully this is a short-term thing with the chance for these to be resurrected when better times come around.
I do hope so.
Yeah, because frankly, if it goes the American route, that's going to be a damn shame, where the arcades around here are non-existent, because quite frankly, I don't count having a handful of games in a cinema as an arcade.
Yeah.
Arcades are only survived by Japan.
Yeah. Sega, which is basically owns a lot of the big arcades, said like even they, being the most dominant, have sold off 85% of their arcade business stuff last November.
No.
So it's a lot. And then there was a journalist who's a former arcade manager said the fact that even big arcades are going out of business one after the other shows the situation's severity, and he is basically the pandemic is really fucking up businesses because people are rightly avoiding big crowds, and you're really jam-packed in those arcades.
Oh yeah, I've seen them, man. They are crazy.
Yeah.
All right, pandemic, you need to end so Japan can open up, and I can fucking visit, and I need to go to an arcade before one closes.
Yeah.
Because I need to experience a Japanese arcade.
There has been a decline in Japan though over the years. There has.
Yeah.
But this
that's normal.
Yeah. Said.
So a bit of I guess I wouldn't say wholesome news, but like a bit of news that again shows that the developers of Final Fantasy XIV kind of pay attention to their player base. So a couple weeks ago, they revealed the icons for both Sage and Reaper on their site, and since then they've gotten a lot of emails stating that the Sage job icon was triggering a lot of people's tryptophobia, which is a fear of small holes.
Yeah.
And so they changed it to where it doesn't have any hole parts, and they like changed it the direction of the of what's supposed to be the fin funnels on the on the thing. So that's actually pretty nice.
It's very cool.
They do this accessibility stuff a lot in 14.
Yeah.
Because I know in the beginning of 14 there wasn't that much of there wasn't actually a very extensive like colorblind options or whatever. Now there's so much colorblind options in that game, it's not even funny. I've seen that game look so fucking weird. Just due
to
to
you,
color.
perhaps.
Yeah, to me, yeah. Just due to colorblind options, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, this is nice. Like I said, the 14 community pays attention, like the team pays attention to all the stuff everybody says, and they're like, oh, we didn't expect people to get tryptophobia from this, so we'll change it for you. So good on you.
Yeah, I'm glad they listened, because that would really put people off.
Oh yeah.
And we all know someone with this, so we know that we know someone who
Yeah.
will be directly affected by this change, which is nice.
Yeah.
I should have asked him if that actually like messed
Don't
with
make
him.
him look at it.
No, I'm not gonna make him look at it, but I'm gonna ask him if
Oh,
if he's seen the original job icon.
Yeah.
If he says yes or no, that'll depend on how the
Well,
conversation goes.
I speak with Psycho fairly frequently. We talked about it.
Oh, yeah?
And he never brought it up, so I'm assuming his case is mild enough that it's just not something he could process.
So I don't think Psycho. I thought it wasn't tryptophobia that Psycho has. I thought it was just the eye thing.
No, it's both.
Okay.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now phobias, man, they're really hard to deal with if you got
Yeah.
medley. Oh my god, and it's something you can't control either. Like,
No. Yeah. 100%.
yeah, be very mindful.
In a recent reporting, Red Dead Redemption 2 surpassed 38 million units sold. Not surprising. I hear that game. So I own the game. I haven't played much of it. I played a couple of. Wow, actually, I think my thing says I played like 20 to 25 hours of it. But that's like a small sliver of that game, because that game's long as fuck. It's fun. Not my cup of tea, but like I'm not surprised that it sold that many units, because it's very popular. It almost won Game of the Year, if I recall correctly. I think it won everything but Game of the Year that year.
Something like that, yeah.
Because I think God of War won Game of the Year that year.
Oh, yes, Dad Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty good. Congrats on Rockstar for keep pushing out them units sold. And lastly, Take-Two reportedly doing better than they thought they would, despite not announcing GTA 6.
For whatever reason, people are still buying GTA 5, so
that's why they won't make GTA 6, man. Because people are still buying GTA 5. Why should we make 6 when people are content with just buying GTA 5 and playing our online and role playing in our online?
Now, Aqua mocks it, and you know what? I back that mocking, but also they have, it's true, I do, they have been supporting that game a surprising amount. Matter of fact, to the point where they just kind of didn't for Red Dead. So,
yeah,
fair, I guess.
I mean, it's all about the money with these companies, man. They're like Red Dead Redemption 2 online or GTA Online. You know what? We'll just support GTA Online because GTA Online gives us a shit ton of money. And Red Dead Redemption, well, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online is a thing in that it exists or whatever. It's nowhere near as popular. Oh, but that's all
I
for
did
news this
enjoy,
week.
like, way back when the pandemic started, people used I read a Twitter thread on someone using, instead of Zoom, they used Red Dead Online. And they kept having to apologize because they kept accidentally hog-tying one of their colleagues.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm
terribly sorry,
right
terribly
now.
sorry. I just wanted to get in and get comfortable and get all set up. I didn't mean to hog tie you.
Well, I wonder why. I wonder why he decided to use Red Dead Redemption 2 Online.
I think it was just to make the meeting funner, because
I guess so. Could you imagine, like, you and your coworkers just sitting around a campfire in Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, but like, all right, we're talking about this year's quarterly statement. Wilson, could you give us the numbers on those?
I do like those mishaps when people try to make there was that person who accidentally turned themselves into a potato. I'm not really a potato.
Whoops.
Or was it a kitten? I can't remember. Anyway, something along those lines.
Don't you hate it when you just become a potato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says
Isn't that just always the way?
It's just
There's a
having
bunch of
to
potatoes.
explain I'm not really a potato. Forget that, Barbara.
I'm a
Anyway,
potato. I'm a potato. But that's it for the news this week. Wasn't actually that much. Daldos are here like, oh, it's so much. We're at less than an hour and 10 minutes, bruh.
I'm going to be honest with you. I
nice.
thought we were going to be here forever. I took one look at this list and said, "Oh boy, here we go."
Like I'm at an hour and 10 on the recording right now or whatever, and I started the recording obviously like 15 minutes before we actually started. So we're literally pretty much under an hour at the moment.
I'll just go ahead and insert foot directly into mouth.
So what are you guys doing this week? What's on the docket?
As always, keeping it pretty simple. My plan is to finish Monstrum Nox, since it seems like I'm right at the end. I just couldn't do it last week, and I genuinely don't know what I'll be moving on to. Maybe 7, probably 7. It's gonna be Yuffie's DLC. Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna attempt Final Fantasy 14 PvP. I don't know. I'm doing this.
Unfortunately, it's not like
No,
Heaven's
I've
Word
done
PvP.
a bit of it. I've done front lines to level and front lines to just casually.
No, that's for casuals. Really jump in.
I just said casual.
Feast.
I have no
You have to
idea
do
what
Feast before they
do.
take it out. You have to do Feast before they take it out because they're gonna remove Feast next expansion.
I do not blame them.
They are.
Yeah, because they're doing
Are you replacing it with Blitzball, right?
don't
They're
say
replacing it
that.
with Blitzball, yes.
No, that's Golden
Oh,
Saucer.
why have
That's
you
the-
gone and done that to me?
That's the Gold Saucer attraction. It's gonna be Blitzball.
Oh, you're both horrible. No one wants Blitzball. They say it. They don't mean it.
Okay, J. Allen Brack. We hear you, but you don't want that.
Look, I'm listening to you. I hear what you're saying. You don't want that, though.
No,
I played Blitzball. You don't want Blitzball.
I said, unfortunately, it's not like Heaven's Word PvP because you could just like lure people to the edge and then like hop around them and fucking fluid aura them off the goddamn edge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never did that.
I need
Fluid
to
Aura
try
doesn't
out
knock people
Rival
back
Rings.
anymore.
I haven't even touched Rival Wings at all. Like that's got Gundams in it and shit, right? I should.
Oh, it was
done that.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
you'd like
MOBA.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. The
What do we do? Did we do it
14th
with
PvP.
Ethos?
I don't know if I did it without this.
I think I
I-
did,
I-
yeah.
I played random matches on my own. 14's PvP is like, okay, in all intents and purposes, when you compare it to other PvPs, it's kind of trash. But in its own little bubble, it's all right. It's nothing to write home about, but it's something to do if you're not doing anything in 14. So
Now watching it or playing with it the right sort of people, obviously, like anything, is another thing. Because I was very entertained by the shoutcasting and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try. That's all I have time for, honestly, as well.
I'm going to hopefully beat Symphonia this week. Hopefully.
Good luck.
Likely story.
And then move on to Vesperia. But I'm also going to be playing Genshin Impact because I'm addicted. Yeah, going to be playing a lot. Actually, I'll be playing a lot of Genshin Impact. I'm thinking about splicing something together for that Halo video, but I'm still not 100% sure what to do with it.
For sure.
And I have no other gaming plans. So that's gonna be it for me.
Ooh, okay.
Unless I decide to buy something because my brain is dumb. Yeah. And that's all for this week, guys. It's a pretty short show, actually. Apologies for anybody that's expecting an almost 2-hour show. It's only gonna be like an hour. So hallelujah to Dalit, I guess.
You ain't kidding.
So with that, see you guys next week.
Bye now.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely true.